YouTube, today I'm breaking down some basic and advanced movement tech that you can use to win a ton more fights, take less damage, and be an absolute nightmare to track in PvP. This isn't basic hold W and slide stuff. These are mechanics that let you outplay players mechanically, reset fights, and control engagements even when you are outnumbered. By the end of this video, you should have at least one new habit that immediately improves your survivability and kill potential. And if you do learn something new, drop a like, it helps a ton, but that's enough about that. Let's get straight into it. Let's first talk about the basics, and that's none other than the dodge roll tech. Now, there is actually two different versions. You have the walking dodge roll and you have the sprint dodge roll. The first one is the sprint dodge roll. It's much faster and more aggressive, but it drains stamina quickly. You'll usually get around 4 rolls before you're completely out of stamina, so there's definitely a time and place for it. Whereas you have the walking dodge roll. It's a lot more slower, but far more efficient. You can get roughly double the rolls, which makes it better for extended fights. The key takeaway here is stamina awareness. Dodge rolling without thinking will get you killed fast. You need to choose the right version based on whatever fight you're doing. The next tip is when you're falling from a certain height, you can actually roll, not taking fall damage. It's kind of like if you've ever seen those parkour videos back in the day where people parkouring around and right when they're about to hit the ground, they actually tuck and roll so they don't hurt themselves. Essentially, that same exact tactic is applied in Arc Raiders by mitigating the fall damage. I mean, by now, a lot of players probably know that, but if you're newer here, you're newer to Arc Raiders, it's just useful to know. And honestly, I didn't really know about this until about 50 hours into the game and my friends finally told me about it. Some more useful tips or tricks is instead of going for the perfect time spacebar press when you're trying to get onto a surface or you're falling down from an extended height, and you miss that crucial timing, you can actually just hold your jump button. So for instance, on mouse and keyboard, it's spacebar, pretty obvious. You can actually just hold it and you'll just grab onto the nearest wall or obstacle or flooring, whatever it might be, allowing yourself to catch yourself in dire needs. This is extremely useful so you don't have to worry about getting that perfect timing, that microsecond of landing the perfect jump. So I can just hold space and I instantly grab on to the nearest obstacle. So extremely useful if you're falling from a great distance like so, and can just save you that little bit of time or that little bit of fall damage. Now moving right along, we come to dodging plus the shotgun. With dodging, the shotgun truly shines. The first one is the dodge and shotgun reload tech, where hopefully a lot of you know by now, but again, if you're newer, this is definitely helpful. Now, when you fire a shotgun and immediately dodge roll, the weapon reloads during the roll. That means you can shoot, dodge, and dodge, and just keep repeating. You're reloading while staying mobile, which makes you significantly harder to hit while maintaining pressure. This works with any shotgun tier and is one of the strongest close range mechanics in a game, especially if you're playing a map like Stims. You can truly shine and take over a lobby like this. Now, when it comes to this shooting and dodging, you can actually add a lot more to it than what you actually think. If you know that an enemy is holding a specific angle behind some piece of cover, what you can do is slide towards them, fire a single shot, and then dodge back into cover. Most players don't understand what's actually going on when you do this. They barely see you, and they have really no time to react, and suddenly they're missing some health. This is an extremely useful way of dealing chip damage or poking down the enemy if you're familiar with other games. It also allows you to force mistakes from them and reset fights on your terms. The next thing to be looking out to do is jump shooting or jump shots. If you're familiar with games like Battlefield or any other game or first-person shooter that you can shoot and jump at the same time, this also exists in this game. Now, for a majority, a lot of players assume that jumping destroys your accuracy. In some cases it does, in others it doesn't. For instance, weapons like the Venator and Stitcher stay extremely consistent while airborne, and jumping does two huge things. The first thing is that it makes headshots against you extremely difficult or extremely much harder to pull off, as it completely throws off the enemy's tracking of where they should be aiming at, specifically to your head. Now, if an enemy is weak, instead of sprinting directly at them, risking being one-clipped by a lot of the weapons in this game, or sliding into them, which is extremely predictable, instead try jumping towards them. You can chain your jumps together and to keep your aim steady, and you become much harder to punish. The next thing you want to do in the middle of a gunfight, besides going for jump shots is crouch spamming. Just like in other shooters like the Finals, Apex Legends, Battlefield, Call of Duty, crouch spamming is a simple mechanic but heavily underused. While shooting, you want to lightly tap crouch to shift your hitbox up and down. You don't need to mash it, but you just want enough movement to mess with their crosshair placement. It's a small thing, but it definitely wins a ton of aim duels, especially against players who rely on head level tracking. Distorting the head hitbox is one of your ways or best ways of winning a lot of the fights, as the headshot multiplier in this game is rather large, so trying to do anything to make your head a lot harder to hit is always a win. Now that you got a good understanding of a lot of the different movement mechanics, of course there's probably a lot that I didn't mention. These are some of the ones that I use the most and they're easiest to learn. Let's talk about how to properly manage your stamina, probably the biggest thing yet most overlooked thing as well. Some things to keep in mind is when your stamina bar fully refills, you get a brief window of infinite stamina, roughly 3 to 5-ish seconds. During this brief window, you can sprint, which costs nothing. You can also jump, which costs nothing as well. However, the one thing you cannot do is dodge roll, because rolling instantly breaks this effect. This is a big thing, and honestly, you don't want to be wasting stims up too early into the match. Moving on, we come to stims. Stims are a major importance in this game, honestly. I didn't really use them in the very beginning, but I understand the importance quickly. Using stims immediately restores all of your lost stamina, or just maxing it out. So bopping it right when you run out of stamina is definitely ideal. Now stims can be used to prolong this quote-unquote infinite stamina effect. So after popping a stim, once the animation finishes, you can sprint stamina free for 10 to 15-ish seconds, covering massive distance. But again, one dodge roll cancels it, so you always want to sprint and jump only. Another thing you don't want to forget is that sliding is essentially free stamina. Sliding is insanely strong. Every slide instantly regenerates stamina, meaning you can chain slides nearly forever. Downhill slides, for example, are even better. Hold the slide and you'll glide huge distances. You can also jump and then go into a slide mid-air. You can also chain jump slides during infinite stamina windows, and there's generally no reason not to slide constantly. But anyways, that was basically all of my tips and tricks when it comes to movement techniques. Now let's dive straight into some gameplay examples. On to something left to right. All right.
Him in the tree. Him in the tree.
Raider, over there.
Dead.
Nice.
Oh, alright.
It's cracked.
Oh, I'm just dead, man. I can't, man. Swinging, bro. It's just an anvil right here.
Raider, out there.
I ping. He's just healing. He just popped the shield. Like, I fucking love you. Holy shit, that was a fucking big cock swing. I needed that.
Knocking.
Yo, GG's, bro. Have a great day.
Just behind. Two guys, maybe a full team. Awesome.
I'm gonna remolly their stairs. And actually no.
I'm done.
They're up here. Another one right here.
A Raider, there.
Dead. Both dead.
Yeah, well, if you guys your thirds, yeah, they're just in there.
They inside?
Yes, they are indeed.
No. Cracked one?
A Raider, there.
I think the flag wall.
Knocked.
Nice.
I'm
They're
trying
both
to push
there,
up to Damien.
or
Yeah.
I'm hella far from you, Damien.
Hit the other one.
it's fine. Just go. Just run straight. Just run straight towards this thing on the radar. Don't
Bro.
come towards me.
I got shot at by a fuck ass drone.
Where are they, Duck? I think I saw them.
Cracked that one.
The launch pad. Raider.
Oh, I see him. He's one. He's literally one.
Got him.
Nice. That was a shot. Good shot.